So take any movements or props that you need to come into an easy seat. And just welcome your body onto your seat, onto your mat, into this moment, present, here, now, for your practice, for this sacred time that you have cut out for your self-care, for your well-being. And let us first just take pause to close the eyes if you're comfortable to, and to just draw your awareness inward, layer by layer, acknowledging first that our attention might be outward to other places, people, happenings. So it is, so much going on. Embrace all of it with your awareness. As you inhale and as you exhale, draw that awareness inward, center here, now, into the moment, into your heart, your body. You could use the hands to do this if you'd like, and just rise them up and open as you inhale, gathering up energetically, and as you exhale, centering and focusing. And the hands could be in any way, like that, opening wide and gathering up, or maybe actually feel your energies like out in some direction, and you can just kind of pull in from there, like you're drawing in a string of awareness or attention. Bring it into center, drawing in any string of awareness and attention that's outside of you, keeping what is necessary, but all that you can, bringing awareness and presence into center, into self, into here, now, this one moment, this one breath. And maybe you rest your hands on your heart or belly and heart, or your legs, wherever you're comfortable. Begin to really notice the effect of the breath on the body, sensing from the inside the reality of your being. Waves of breath, maybe still waves of thought or perception outwardly, but also interoception, sensing yourself from the inside, movements of breath, of organs, thoughts, feelings, sensations, apparently arising from inside. And become curious about the breath, if you will, and play with the extension of your exhale. Lengthen that breath out. Pause in the emptiness. Let the inhale just rush in. Pause in the fullness, noticing any tension. Imagine that exhale melting it away. Pause in emptiness at the bottom of the exhale. Extending that exhale. Let the inhale rush in. Please go at your own pace, and maybe you begin to count the length of the exhale, about 6 seconds or so. Anywhere between 4 and 6, optimal. The extended exhale, our primary focus, grounding, plugging in. Naturally, the inhale will begin to deepen and lengthen. Notice the aliveness, the clearing, the spaciousness that arises as we soften into presence with simply the movement of life force, of breath. Exhale and pour the breath out. Inhale, open the arms wide to the sides and gather up energetically once again. Exhale, center and focus to the crown of the head. May we awaken to our oneness, our interconnectedness. Hands to the third eye center. May we see clearly, knowing beyond words. Hands to the mouth. May we speak our truth. May we sing our songs. Hands to the heart. May we be present for whatever arises with courage, kindness. May all of our effort and energy be for the greatest good, for ourselves, for those around us. And may it ripple out. May all beings benefit. May all beings be joyous and free. Breathe your heart's yes. I am. It is a dark moon today, a great time to do some reflection, maybe napping, dreaming, writing, planning, planting new seeds. Exhale and pour your breath out again. Inhale into the seed of your yes, if you will join me when the Om, plugging into the vibration of all that is. Om. And as that new moon begins to smile at us in the next day or two, that soft silver smile, may it remind us of the becoming, of the coming to be of your intention, your yes. Press into the pinkies and the thumbs, if you will, blossom your fingers open. Imagine into your own blossoming, your unfolding, the offering of your yes to the world. Pour the breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will join me. One ring. Let's float the hands down. Keep those long, slow breaths going in the nose, out the mouth, and let's come to lie down. Come onto your back. You may want to block for this practice today or two, but for now, just laying down on the back. The block could be between your thighs soon. We're going to come into bridge momentarily. First, just give yourself a hug in there. Little rock into your back side to side. Let's go directly into the spine. Feet to the floor as wide as the knees as wide as your hip points. Elbows strong alongside of you. Press into the elbows. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. Puff up your chest. Next, inhale, root into your heels. Lift lower back, middle back, upper back, chest. Lift your chin. Press into the center back of the head. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. Take pause here. Find the top of another inhale as you root down and lift up as strongly as you can. And then follow your exhale to lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips. Let your breath lead. Again, looking for that 4 to 6 count, lengthening out, inhaling up to the top and pause in fullness. And take your time, exhale and ripple down and pause in the emptiness. Alternately, of course, you could use your intention to create a mantra about 4 to 6 seconds long. I am love and light. Rippling down, I am at ease in body and mind. Options, just make something up or as you will. And let's stretch the arms up overhead on the floor. Pull those shoulder blades down the back strongly. And same thing here, really rooted scapula and lengthen out, lifting through the hips. Here, squeeze onto your block, real or imaginary, and really lengthen out through the fingers and through the knees. You could stay up at the top and pull side to side, lengthening front bodies, or just try to find that every time. Exhale and ripple back down. About 4 more breaths here. All right, that was your little spinal warm up. We're going to begin to build up some energy here and hug into your knees. And let's begin to rock and roll forward and back. Rocking up to your sit bones, pull into the knees, lift and balance. Rock back to your shoulders, balance on the shoulders, back up, sits bones. Of course, your feet can land if you need. Keep the chin tucked so we're not rolling into the neck. Use that exhale on the hardest part. Stay with that. Pause in either of the balance points, or let's see about maybe rocking up onto your feet. Possibly you come into squat first, press forward, fold, roll up. Possibly you pop right up to stand. Inhale here at the top. As you exhale, sink in, Utkatasana, low, 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 down, Malasana, back into Halasana, plow pose, legs overhead. Roll up. Again, maybe you're helping yourself out there, passing through squat, rolling up, gathering up, Utkatta, slow and steady, step as wide as you need, down Malasana, rolling back towards Halasana. Just play with that at your own pace. So possibly you're just popping up. So Hala, Tada, Mala, Hala. Tadasana, Malasana, Halasana. Let's do 3 more rounds. I notice I'm skipping Utkata. That's okay. Up to standing. Make your way however you get there. And take your time at the top of the mat. Let's just kind of shake everything out there. Let all your joints loose, including your jaw. Shake it all around. Arms up's going to be even more exciting. Woo! Let's clap front to back. Next time you clap to the back, clasp your hands. Push your sacrum down, squeeze the elbows and shoulders on the back, and puff your heart up. I can see all the way to the bay today. Yes, we have sunlight. We have mostly clear skies. We have breathfulness. We have aliveness. All things moving and changing all the time. Nothing staying stuck. Some things just taking longer than others. Big breath as you stretch the arms down and back. Breathe wide across the wings of your heart. Let's bring the clasp of the hands to your right side waist and bring your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Strongly pull the left shoulder down away from your ear. Breaths in the nose. Breath out the mouth. Next, exhale, hands back through center. Inhale, squeeze, shoulders on the back, lift heart. And then exhale, hands to that left side waist, heavy left ear, and pull the right shoulder down away from the ear. Big breaths in the nose. Out the mouth. Next, inhale, arms down behind you again, squeeze, bright heart. Exhale, release the hands, follow your inhale, arms up. And let's scoot this back just a little bit. Deal with it, petit. And take hold of your left wrist and lean up and over to your right. Push into the outside of that right foot. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, bright left side body. And you could roll here a little bit to the ground, getting the more of the back side of those intercostals and lats, more to the sky, a little more the front. Exhale and come on back to center. Float the arms down. Inhale and float the arms back up. Take hold of the right wrist, lift up, up and over, side bend, push into the outside of that right foot, breathe, right side body bright. Again, maybe slight rotation down, a slight rotation up. And following the exhale, come back to center, arms down. Inhaling, arms back up. And again, take hold of your left wrist, side bend, pour the weight into that right foot at first and really stretch out. Inhale, inhale, and then exhale, pull that left foot up as you press strongly. Sorry, I'm saying it backwards. I'm saying it my way. So your left wrist is held, your left foot is rooting, and then pull that right foot up into the core. Maybe lift it higher. Back to center, exhaling, arms down. Inhaling, arms up. Hold that right wrist up and over. Side bend, push into that right foot for real this time. Keep pressing in and pull that left foot up into the core, floating it. maybe lifting it higher. Exhaling, arms back down, legs back down. Inhale and gather up. Exhale and center in. Hands to the heart. Bending into the knees, slide the hands down to the heads of your femurs and push your thigh bones down and back and lift up out of the low back, letting the shoulders shrug up here even. Breathe your spine. And keep sinking the seat down and back. Slide your arms out along the legs. Rest the chest on the thighs and stretch the fingers forward. Really pull hips back and reach forward. Long spine. Inhale there as you exhale. Push into your feet. Can release the hands and bow in. Forward fold. Relax the neck. If your head a little nod or roll around there, you could hug into your head to traction the neck longer. You could hold your elbows to get a little more release around the shoulders. You could hold your legs and hug in or fix your hair. Saying that for myself as I'm changing my hairdo. Breathful, kind of dripping out through wherever any tension is here. Imagine it just flowing out to the earth. Letting go. And then let's step the left foot back. So you're in a right leg lunge. Drop that back knee down. Squeeze the feet towards one another. Hug into center. And let's just kind of build this pose. So bring hands to the hips first. Push your hips down. Pad the back knee if you need to, please. And bend the front knee deeply right over the ankle. You could use this anchoring into your hips to keep bouncing off of. Squeeze elbows and shoulders back. Stay with that. Or play here. Inhale the arms up. Squeeze. Lift up out of the waist, big breath. Last big inhale. As you exhale, fly the arms down. Frame that front leg, back toes under. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, push into the front foot and straighten that front leg as much as you can. And begin to swing the hips a bit side to side or a whole lot. Optionally, you could go a little deeper in the hamstring, draw the toes back, spread those toes out, drag that heel back as you swing the hips. So heel stays where it is, but there's an energy of dragging it, muscular effort. Breathe your hamstrings. Last breath or so that way. And then bend back into the front knee. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Hug in. Strong core, very light on your hands. And reach. Right arm forward. Pull that hip back. Open. Face chest to the sky as you push into that leg. Straighten it. So very wide, kind of rotated triangle. Exhale, reach back. Soft neck. Bending the knee as the arm swoops down. Inhale, reach forward. Pulling that hip back as you press into earth. Straighten leg. Arm up. Leg straight. Exhale, reach back. Soft neck. Swooping through the arm, follow your breath, pulsing. 2 more. And grounding. Find pause, hands or forearms inside the front leg, maybe back knee down. It's up to you. You could stay here in lizard lunge and just breathe your intention in the nose. What seeds are you planting right now? What new beginnings, new perspectives are you calling in? And stay with that, rocking, rolling into that, or back knee down to ground even more here. If the breath is deep and full here in the nose, out your mouth, and you'd like to go deeper in the hips, then maybe bring the right hand around the back side of your ankle and the left hand around the front of the ankle. Press into that ankle and curl in, working the shoulder underneath the leg. Let the head drip down. And maybe breathe here. You could also do this with the back knee up. Last breath or two here. From here, you could just come to the hands inside or open the hands to either side of that front foot. Squeeze that front leg onto your shoulder or tricep and scoot the foot forward as you hug the elbows in, shift forward, maybe pick the back leg up, hug to core, maybe use your head to support you as you transition. It's a very tricky transition, just an option in case you are so inspired. And stretch back as you're ready, downward dog. Big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Long spine, soft neck. You could always rest in child's pose instead. And here, letting go breaths. So just sighing out, or in child's pose, bee's breath, or maybe in down dog. If you don't have high blood pressure, you're not pregnant, and you're not on a heavy day of your moon, then maybe adding an echo exhalation. So strong releases of the exhale, and like twice, like this. After that echo exhalation, you might fly your navel up, hollowing out in the organs, and then play with any kriyas there if you know them. If not, just let that hold out a moment and then breathe in. 3 more breaths. Inhale, take your time stepping forward or unfolding first into down dog and make your way into a forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. Again, hold your head, your elbows, or hug into your legs, whatever feels right for you. 3 breaths, resting, long forward fold. Letting go breaths, hands to the floor. Step that right foot back, left leg lunge, back knee down. Again, pad as needed, please, so there's no sharp knee pain. And push into the front foot as you squeeze the inner thighs together, hug in and rise up. Hands to your hips. Square your hips up, press them down, and use that rooting down of your hips to lift up out of the waist, shoulders on the back. Sink as deeply into that front knee as you're breathfully able to. And keep lengthening through the spine, elbows and shoulders on the back. Keep the hands there to support that rooting to rise action. Or, as inspired, you could clasp the hands behind you or arms, come overhead. Wherever you're at, squeeze to center, root down, and sprout that yes. Breathe your intention. I am. Last big inhale, stretch it out. And following the exhale to fly the arms down, frame that front leg, push into the front leg and stretch the hips back. Feel that outer left hip muscle, pull it back. Maybe also pull the toes back, spread them out, and then give your hips a little swing or a big old swing there, side to side, or back knee up, swing in the hips. Active front toes, spread them out, pull that heel back. One more breath cycle. And then bend into that front knee, hands framing the foot. Squeeze inner thighs, very light on the hands. And reach that left hand forward, pulling that left hip back. Long, long side body stretch. Inhale, push into that front foot, straighten the leg as you open left hand, face chest to the sky. Scoop the shoulder blades down the back. And then as you reach back, heavy bottom ear. And swoop on through with your exhale. Inhale, reach, stretch, press, open. Exhale, reach back, heavy release. 3 more. And then take your time. I'm going to switch orientation so I can see you better. Hands or forearms down inside that front leg, lizard lunge. One breath at a time. Find your edge. Could be different on this side. Letting go breaths. Soft jaw, soft tongue. Again, stay with that. Back knee is up or down, or right hand comes across the front of that left ankle, left hand hooks behind it, and push into the ankle and work that shoulder underneath. Let the head drop down. Back knee up or down is up to you. A few more breaths. Please stay there longer. Come back to your hands, maybe hands on either side of that front leg. Possibly you're scooting the leg forward as you hug the thigh onto your tricep. Possibly you're just setting up to step back rather than scooting forward. Elbows hug in, lift the back leg, and transition as inspired. And again, yogis, back into downward dog or child's pose. Find the shape that's right for you right now to take some recovery breaths or some cleansing breaths. So simply breathful, Brahmari, bee's breath, or downward dog with those letting go breaths. We are going to take bee's breath together in child's pose after 3 rounds here of any sighing lion's breath or echo exhalation. Make your way into child's pose. You could rest your hands on your lower back, more grounding, arms alongside of you, or out in front of you, pressing the hips back, maybe a little tail wagging. Do what feels right for you, most grounding for you at this time, and we'll bring the cleansing of a bee's breath. 3 rounds of Brahmari, any note. Mouth stays slightly parted. You're vibrating within the body, within the skull, the crown of the head, third eye center. Breathe in your yes. And then take your time. We're going to slowly unwind into forearm plank. You could pause in Sphinx if you like, and then build your plank up from there, or forearm plank 8 breaths. I want to acknowledge that's a long time, and lengthen them out. So maybe it's a little over a minute here, and we're doing that 4 to 6 count. Exhaling, pause, inhaling, and pause. You can lower the knees down at any point. Try not to quit altogether. 3 more. Last one. Lower your hips down at the bottom of the exhale. Pull back with your forearms, Sphinx pose. Press strongly into pubic bone and sacrum. Lift your navel, lift your heart. And we're going to come into forearm side plank. So roll on over to your left side or either side so you're facing the camera. We'll do both. And have your elbow just a little forward of your shoulder. Scoop that shoulder blade down the back, lift the chest. Have your legs stacked up, or optionally, you could step that top foot in front of the bottom thigh or knee, wherever it lands, and use that. You could push into both hands or forearms here and lift up, staying there, or stack up, maybe top hand to hip, maybe top arm to the sky. If you'd like, reach it forward. More challenge, lift the top leg up, and 8 breaths. And by 8, I mean 4, because we're going to do both sides. The side plank's a little harder. Last breath cycle. Reach out, legs down, forearms down, open up, 3 breaths, Sphinx. And then second side, spin that right forearm or your second side in, elbow a little forward of the shoulder, hand straight forward from the elbow. Scoop the shoulder down, lift your chest, stack your feet up. Left fingers can be in front of the waistline, stay there, or step that top foot to the floor, or just press when you're ready. Light it up, push through the feet. Your variation, what feels good for you here. 4 breaths. Last breath. Back to Sphinx, 3 breaths. Nice job, y'all. Come on down, hands under the shoulders, lift the elbows and shoulders up, turn your toes under, push into your feet, lift your thighs up. Inhale here, claw those fingertips, spread wide. As you exhale, lift from the navel, plank pose. Again, 8 breaths here, keeping ears, shoulders, ribs, hips in alignment as much as you can. Lower the knees as needed. Last inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower to the earth or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. 3 breaths, pulsing in and out or holding. And back to down dog or child's pose. If you choose child's pose, you could walk your hands in child's pose over to one side and pull the opposite hip back and just breathe a nice, gentle side bend extension there. Or step your big toes together in down dog, stretch back from your hips, and pivot knees and toes to one side, hips to the other, knees bend deep, squeeze your breath out. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, pivot, knees and toes to the other side. We're going to do 2 more each side. Stay in child's pose as you like. Join us as you're ready. And then we're going to roll. Next time that you roll back to your first side, we're going to roll right on through into side plank. Bottom hand, little forward of the shoulder a bit, press through your feet. Top foot could be a kickstand. A lot of variations here. Standing, stepping back, 4 breaths. Maybe top arm and leg up again. If you want to challenge that, elbow to knee. Options, come out and rest in a pigeon, or push that back foot into the earth, squeeze, lift, open up into wild thing. We're all going to meet in pigeon. Big inhale there. As you exhale, we're going to transition hands to the floor, knee to the nose, shift forward, knee towards that right hand, or the same side knee to the same side hand. And then walk the hands forward, walk your back foot back, press your hips back, lengthen out. And you could stack up block or elbows and fist and rest your forehead. Letting go breaths. About 3 more. And actually, you could stay longer in your pigeon if you like, or if you want a little more back bendy quad stretch thing, come on up with the hands, puff up the chest, squeeze your shoulders on the back. Stay there, maybe bend the back knee. Stay there, and it's up to you. Same or opposite side hand. I'm going opposite side hand, walking that front hand forward and wide a bit. Pull the back foot in, squeeze the shoulders, lift your heart, rotate, and breathe. Big letting go breaths. Couple more breaths. Stay longer if you like. Unwind as you like, maybe moving through vinyasa or back to downward dog. You could also move back into child's pose if that's right for you. Always an option. When you're ready, downward dog and little twisty dog dance. Step your big toes to touch. Pull back, strong core, long spine. And pivot, knees and toes. You could stay in this twisty dog dance as long as you like. Or the next time that you roll on over to your second side, get it. Hand a little forward of the shoulder, roll it down. Press through the feet or step the top foot to the earth. Bottom arm to hip, sky, or reaching overhead. Maybe top leg up. 4 breaths here. Maybe inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Again, straight into pigeon as needed, or step that top foot behind the bottom knee. Squeeze your glutes, lift your heart. Let your head and arm fall back. Deep, full breaths here. Such a good pose. Inhale as you exhale, pull that top knee or back knee into the nose as you pivot, both hands down, shift forward, land that knee, around your left hand or second side. Walk the back foot back as far as you can. Puff up the chest, lengthen your heart forward. Hands walk forward and push your hips back. Stretch out and rest the head on the hands or on the earth as you like. Letting go breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Two or three more breaths. And then take your time. We're gonna walk up as inspired, walk the hands back towards your hips, pull back on the earth, puff up your chest, squeeze those hips square, lengthening out. Pigeon sounds, optional. Stay breathful there, or bend into the back knee. Maybe reach back for it with whatever hand you did on the other side or the opposite one, but mirroring. And maybe that front hand comes a little forward or wider. Pull the foot in, use that hold to squeeze the shoulders wherever you're at. Puff up your chest, letting go breaths. Stay as you like, unwind as you like, and some options here. You could just roll on through to have a seat or flow on through to have a seat. So maybe moving through a last vinyasa. And hug into the knees. Take your time as you're ready. Come to balance on your sits bones. Optionally, this could be feet on the floor and just hug into the knees and bow in. As inspired, pull back with your feet, pull up with your low back and your heart, and balance on the sits bones. You could stay with that, or again, come to resting as you like. You could hold the back of the knees and build yourself a boat. Keep lifting through the heart center, sternum. Maybe hands on the floor, pull on the earth, lift up. Maybe legs come up higher, maybe hands come up higher. So one step at a time to see what edge of boat is there for you today. Slow and steady, lower down to a low boat or rest on the earth. Exhale, bring the feet in, land them to the earth. You could take your block again and put it under your sacrum and just rest in a supported bridge or block between your thighs. Squeeze onto your block and make like you're spinning that block down towards the earth. And this time you could interlace the hands behind you, squeeze the palms together, rock side to side. Really root into the back body to get the front body lifted and bright. Big breaths in the nose. Out the mouth. And stay with that, rest or play with that. Or if you are so inspired, maybe we'll go bigger today, full Urdhva Dhanurasana or back bend. Fingers point towards the shoulders, palms down, spread those fingers wide, claw the fingertips, and really hug the elbows in. Try to keep them just the width of the shoulders. Come to the crown of the head and plug the shoulders into the back. As inspired, maybe come all the way up off the crown of the head. Walk the feet in and reach the heart forward in the direction that you're looking. Maybe come up onto your tiptoes to help propel that motion. And then root the heels down as you're able. Keep hugging onto that block, real or imaginary, and spin it down to the earth so that we're lengthening out there and we're not shortening the lower back. Lifting the navel. Lengthen your spine in both directions. Relax the neck. Deep, full breaths in the nose. Out the mouth. 3 or 4 more breaths. Any edge of bridge or back bend. Please stay longer if your body asks you to, or walk your feet out. Slowly lower down, ripple down to the earth. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Reach your arms up overhead or over shoulders and shake your wrists out or roll them as needed. When you're ready, arms overhead on the floor. Reach both knees to one side. Big inhale in, exhale knees through center. Let your breath lead side to side. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale through center. And you could stay with that side to side or step feet together, side to side, knees connected. Keep the knees as connected as you can and give a little push down as you roll through. So you're massaging into the outer hips. Stay with that or add some core to this. Here's some options. You can make it a little gentler as you roll to one side. Keep the knees connected and just extend the top foot. Bottom foot could stay down, or you could pick the legs up and same thing. Maybe 90 degrees with the legs and pull the elbows down, 90 degrees with the shoulder, elbow, hand set up, and then extend the top leg out to the side. Options, just keep the legs squeezing. Otherwise, knees stay connected. Top leg extends out as you pull the navel back. Strong core. Inhaling center. Exhaling pressed. Inhale through the nose if you can. You could stay with this side to side as long as you like, just like that. I'm going to do 2 or 3 more each side. Once you're ready, we're going to turn it into a twist. I'll give you some options once I get there. So with both knees connected, both knees to the side, and again, that 90 degrees of hip, knee, heel. And stay with that, holding, lift and turn away. That's the gentlest version. If you want to go a little bigger, maybe extend that top leg out. You could hold the foot or the calf or whatever. Bottom knee could bend and point down. Maybe reach back down for that bottom foot and then kick through both feet. Twisted root. And lift and turn your head as far as you can onto the right ear. Right hip shifts down. Right ear roots. And big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Please stay with that longer, or as you like, we'll unwind bending both knees, right knee or your top leg over right ankle or your top ankle over your bottom knee, and pull that bottom thigh in. Interlace the hands behind the bottom thigh. Pull in as you flex those top toes back. Ease the top thigh away. Big breaths here in the nose, out the mouth. And you could stay with that pull in, press away, work your sacrum down and the low back curve up. Great low back release there. Soft jaw, play with that. Options here, extend the top leg up, bottom leg, which will now be higher and potentially top leg, depending on how you look at things. So walk up over the top ankle, walking up towards the other ankle or foot, maybe drawing that towards overhead. And here we are making, so many variations of the same shapes that we began with. Bridge, plow, last couple breaths. Please stay with that as you like, or unwind the legs, squeeze the knees together. And same thing here. If you'd like to add maybe 4 or 5 core breaths to each side, keeping the knees as much at 90 degrees as you can, maybe extending top leg out. Strong exhales, navel back. Last 1 or 2. And then follow through to make your way to your second side. Make sure you get enough space there. And then again, simply stacking the knees, holding and supporting that alignment of hips and knees in this way. Lift and turn the head onto the ear. Shoulder, palm up, scoop that shoulder blade down. Stay with that, or of course, twisted root or any variation. Holding that top ankle or foot and the bottom one as well. Kick through both feet so the top thigh knee is pointing straight down. And then lift and turn your head towards the looking away from the top leg. Root into that ear and press cross body from the more rooted shoulder into the other shoulder. Deep full breaths here. In the nose, out the mouth. Last 3 or 4 breaths. And please stay as you like, or as you come out, both knees bend, left ankle over right thigh, or your second side, ankle over knee, top leg, ankle over bottom thigh, and pull the bottom thigh back, interlacing the hands behind the thigh. Draw those top toes back strongly, straight, strong ankle, and ease that top thigh away. Pull in as you press away. Play with those isometrics, pulling in, pushing away, sacrum down, low back up. Breathe into that, or rock and roll around as you like. How's your jaw? How's your tongue? Stay with that as you like, or maybe play towards Halasana or plow overhead. Extending the bottom leg up, walk up over the top ankle, curl into that leg, draw it towards you, maybe overhead. And please stay with that as you like, or unwind and come into happy baby. Hold over the tops of your feet. So you're holding the outside of your feet, hands over the top, elbows inside the knees or thighs, and push. You could also hold your ankles. Press the legs wide as you pull the knees down towards the earth. At the same time, push your heels to the sky and pull your sacrum down. To get more low back relief there, pull or work to pull sacrum, low back up as sacrum roots. Sacrum down, low back up, knees down, heels up. All those little opposite actions are isometrics, helping to release low back. Play with that, or rock your baby. Pull one knee down and then the other, just massaging into the low back. And deep, full breaths, listening in. Are there any other last movements or shapes that you would like to take before coming into a brief meditation? Maybe just into final resting, Shavasana. So if you'd like to, coming into meditative seat first, from which you could melt down at any point, or simply melt down when you're ready. Support yourself wherever you're headed in Shavasana or meditative seat to feel at ease in the lower back and the knees. If you're sitting upright, nice tall spine, lying down still, press and lengthen through your spine. I'm going to read the first sutra, possibly the first two from the Radiance Sutras or the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, as interpreted by Lauren Roche. Beloved, your questions require the answers that come through direct living experience. The way of experience begins with a breath. This one breath that you are breathing now, awakening into luminous reality. Awakening may dawn in the momentary throb between any two breaths. Notice the pause between the breaths. Exhale, breath is released and flows out. There is a pulse as it turns to flow in. In that turn, you are empty. Enter that emptiness as the source of all life. Inhale, breath flows in, filling, nourishing. Just as it turns to flow out, there is a flash of pure joy. Life is renewed. Let's sit with this meditation or rest with this meditation, noticing those natural cycles of life as taught by the breath, receiving and filling, feeling the fullness, pausing in the fullness, letting go, emptying, dissolution, pause in the emptiness. Notice the space and the turning as one breath becomes the next. as one cycle turns into the next, how the breath is doing this all day and night, how life is doing this each turn of day and season, how each relationship is having similar cycles of growth, of receiving, of letting go of challenge, the cycles of the earth growing, dying away, the old feeding the new, the dying flowers birthing fruit, becoming your food, becoming your refuse, compost for new life. Simply observe, no efforting, trust these cycles of life. It's all happening now. Notice as thoughts arise that holds may come into the body, little grips as we think. And can we let thinking go? Not the arising of thoughts, but the needing to figure anything out or even to push anything away. Can we simply observe the arising of thought and perception as we do the arising of the breath and let it float away as that exhale, incomplete, unlabeled, it's okay. And simply get used to spacious witnessing, knowing that any important thought will come back later, or maybe practice meditation with a book near you and write down what you need to. Wherever you're at, practice continuing to open to the space between and beyond thought. Curious, where does the breath arise from? Where does thought arise from? Let them be wonder questions, not to figure out, just to open to the relative silence beneath all things, the source of breath. The luminous reality beneath and beyond thought, the emptiness that is the source of all life. The Om. And feel the earth beneath you. And the heavy, slow steadiness of earth, healing, changing, renewing beneath the waves, beneath the flames, beneath the hustle bustle of us all. And the steady, nourishing hold of the beautiful dark earth. Notice the bright sky above you, the sun, the stars, the moon, and sensing the dark of the moon on the Western Hemisphere right now. We have some friends on the other side of the world. Greetings, hello, blessings to your new full moon cycle. And sensing into our place on this planet, in the cosmos, and how we're affected by the movements of the planets and the moons around us. Remember into your intention, your yes. What are you planting now? What are you sprouting or growing or beginning anew now? See it, breathe it. I am. Welcoming that breath of life, the kiss of sky, the prana shakti, the gift of the infinite divine, your infinite expansive divine self, breathing this gift of embodiment. Let the breath become so deep and full that you're naturally inspired back to movement. Begin to wiggle and spiral and stretch as inspired. Let the breath lead you back to any easy seat, soft neck, connection to earth. As inspired, opening and gathering up sky and centering and focusing in to your heart. Feel both the strength and effort of your practice, as well as the rest and the spaciousness in your practice. And may we be energized, yet at ease in body and mind. And gather up the energy with your inhale, breathe your yes, I am. As you exhale, imagine, if you will, that rippling out into the world as your gift, your offering. And any placement of hands to center in. And imagine into your body blossoming, smiling bright with the growing moon into your offering, your yes to life. May it be a blessing, a gift to all beings. If you will, as you exhale, imagine that rippling out. So may it be for all beings. May all beings be joyous and free and safe from harm. May all beings remember our interconnectedness, their wholeness, their healing, their fullness. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will join me. One great Om, one great Ring, the becoming. Om. Press into pinkies and thumbs. Inhale your heart's yes. Blossom your fingers open. Lotus Mudra, unfurling your yes into the world. And inhale your heart. And bowing into that beautiful unfurling lotus of your heart, your yes to life, the light of the divine within you that is you. And to that same light within all beings. Namaste. Let's rise our hearts up and ripple the beauty of you out into the world. May all of our effort and energy be for a blessing. Thank you all for practicing. Thank you for practicing with me. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Drink lots of water and have a wonderful day. I'll be here on the Zoom a little more if you want to check in or check out. And I'm going to stop the live streaming